Hello! Thank you for making time in your busy schedules today to learn about our animal hospital in Japan, Daktari Animal Hospital, Machida Doggy League. Our hospital not only provides veterinary care service to the pets and people in the region, but we also provide sheltering and adoption services to homeless dogs and cats across the country. Not many animal hospitals in Japan do this. The hospital is located in Machida City, a city in western part of Tokyo. The city has a population of around 400,000 people. Our hospital stands near Tsurukawa Station, and there are many residential areas in the region. There are many buildings and structures in Machida City, but we also have a lot of nature. Many people can be found walking their dogs in the city's nature parks. The cherry blossoms are beautiful in the spring, and we also have a squirrel garden within the city. This is our hospital, Daktari Animal Hospital, Machida Doggy League. It is located on the first floor of an apartment building. This is Dr. Masato Goto, our director and veterinarian at Machida Doggy League. Before he assumed his current position 2 years ago, he worked at All Heart Animal Referral Center, where Machida Doggy League branched out of. So our hospital is still only 2 years old. There are actually a total of 23 different Daktari animal hospitals in Japan, and they are called the Daktari Group. Machida Doggy League is one of them, but we are the only animal hospital in the group that officially provides sheltering and adoption services. The first Daktari Animal Hospital was opened in 1964 by Dr. Gen Kato, who is also a visiting professor at Colorado State University. Colorado State University partners with their largest local animal shelter, Dumb Friends League, to provide educational opportunities as well as veterinary care services to the local community. We hope to do the same in the future, and that is where our name Machida Doggy League derives from. All Heart Animal Referral Center, where Machida Doggy League branched out of, is also part of the Daktari Group. It is located near a hospital in Machida City. They provide veterinary emergency and specialty care. The director of All Heart Animal Referral Center is Dr. Hitoshi Ikeda, and he opened Machida Doggy League 2 years ago, feeling the need to educate and spread awareness of animal sheltering and adoption in the Japanese society. In other words, he is Dr. Goto's boss. He worked at the very first Daktari Animal Hospital in Tokyo from 1997 to 2006 under the director Dr. Gen Kato. Dr. Ikeda then branched off and opened All Heart Animal Referral Center, and several years later, our Machida Doggy League. He named Machida Doggy League after the Dumb Friends League because he was highly impressed with their work when he visited them in Colorado. At Machida Doggy League, we provide animal health care and shelter services. Our animal health care services include primary veterinary care for dogs and cats, trimming and grooming, and puppy class. Our shelter services include rescuing strays and pets surrendered by their owners from unnecessary euthanasia. We also socialize and train the shelter animals to prevent any unwanted behaviors after getting adopted. And if an animal is ill, we provide them with proper veterinary care and relieve them of any discomfort. Once the animals are ready for adoption, we find them a new home. Humane euthanasia may be considered if necessary, but so far we have been able to avoid it. Our guiding principle is human-animal bond. We not only make sure to provide appropriate veterinary care to all of our animals, but we aspire to contribute to our local community through sheltering and adoption services, animal-assisted activities, and education. Our slogan is just like home. We want to work closely together with our hospital clients and the families that adopt our shelter animals and be there for them whenever they need any help or advice from us. Now, Let's guide you through our hospital and shelter with pictures. This is the entrance, and this is the reception. Here on this board, there are pictures of the shelter animals that are currently up for adoption. On the top, it says, New Family Wanted. These are the consultation rooms. The room is separate for dogs and cats. We also do ultrasonography here. This is the examination area. We conduct various tests in our in-house lab, such as complete blood count, blood chemistry tests, urine analysis, fecal exams, and cytology. This is the preparation area. We do dental care and preoperative induction of anesthesia here. This is the X-ray room. And this is the operating room. Castration and spay are common surgical procedures at our hospital. Intact shelter animals are neutered here as well. This is the dog area. And this is the cat area. We also have an intensive care unit for post-operative and critical patients, and a dental unit for dental care. We perform tartar removal to prevent dental diseases. Here we provide trimming and grooming service. Shelter animals are trimmed and groomed here to look their very best for adoption. Almost every month, we hold a puppy class. It is very popular, and every time, we have many puppy owners join the class. They always go home happy and satisfied. These are some of our shelter animals. 10 dogs and 13 cats have already been adopted between 2020 and 2021. We currently have around 6 volunteers who help out walk the shelter dogs. It's good training for the dogs to socialize and get used to various people. Our shelter also receives a lot of donations of pet supplies. We appreciate everyone's kindness. We always train our shelter animals. For example, this is Jin. He was scared of people, and when he first came to the shelter, he bit Dr. Goto because he was so nervous. We practiced getting him used to people under the guidance of a dog trainer. We started by giving him food from our hand, like in this picture. Next, we got him used to getting his body touched using a hand puppet toy like this. He gradually got used to being handled, and now he can wear clothes and let us do various things. We also teach them basic commands, crate train, and take them out sometimes to get them used to different environments. This is another dog at our shelter. His name is Meito. Unfortunately, he was abandoned by his previous owner and came to our shelter. We first had to extract one of his teeth because a hole had formed in his face due to a dental abscess. We provide any necessary veterinary care for our shelter animals. We hold an adoption fair almost every month. We also provide opportunities to interact with the shelter animals, especially for those who can't have pets but still love animals. We also let children experience giving milk to unweaned kittens. After the adoption fair, we go out on a doggy patrol and clean up the neighborhood. These are some of the rescued animals that have been successfully adopted from our shelter so far. There are more that we couldn't put onto this slide. It's always rewarding to see everyone smiling when their families welcome their new furry member into their homes. Everyone looks so happy. Now, let me share you the story of one homeless dog. This is Elsa. She was surrendered to us due to her owner's health issue. When she first came to us, she looked like this. Just touching her made her bite us. She was very nervous. Because her body was so dirty, we had to shave off all of her coat and bathe her under sedation. Then we did some blood tests to check her health and found out she had diabetes and hypothyroidism. She also has severe dry eyes. We immediately started treatment for all of her medical conditions and shampoo her every 2 weeks. Little by little, she started to get better. We also helped her overcome her fear of getting touched and made sure to talk to her every time we did anything to her. And one day, she stopped biting. Her health condition improved as well, and soon she was doing so well, her hair started to grow back. Finally, a very kind family showed up and decided to welcome her into their home. She seemed to get along well with the resident dog. We honestly couldn't believe that things had turned out so well for her like this, given her initial condition. She is currently still living happily with her newly found family. The aim of Machida Doggy League as a hospital and animal shelter is to spread awareness and culture of animal sheltering and adoption in the Japanese society. We hope the communities around us will gradually recognize our work and the important role animal shelters play in the society, and the sheltering and adoption culture will spread throughout Japan. We want to make people happy by finding them a perfect companion that needs a caring and loving home. And through adoption, we hope people will realize that animals' lives matter too, and it will lead to creating a more caring, animal-friendly society. In the future, we wish to provide better standardized shelter medicine by having international shelter connections and cooperation. As veterinarians in hospitals, we have to better understand our responsibility in the society as animal welfare providers and take up the role as animal shelters in order to create a society that values animals more in Japan. We also hope to provide animal-assisted activities, therapy, and education to the local communities with the help of the shelter animals and contribute to the society. In order to achieve all of this, we plan to model our shelters on leading animal shelters such as the Dog Friends League and provide appropriate shelter medicine in Japan. Thank you so much for your attention. We hope to see you at Doggy League Machida someday.